Power isn't what you think it is. It's not about strength, status, or money. It's about control. And those who truly understand power don't just rise to the top, they stay there. This is why the 48 Laws of Power has been banned in prisons and condemned by politicians. It exposes the raw, unfiltered truth about power, the kind of knowledge that gives you an unfair advantage in life. Think about history's most cunning rulers, CIOs, and strategists. Napoleon, Julius Caesar, Steve Jobs, even Machiavelli himself. Whether consciously or instinctively, they all mastered these principles. But here's the catch. If you don't know these laws, you're being controlled by someone who does. This is your wake-up call. In this video, we will break down the most dangerous, manipulative, and brutally effective laws from the 48 Laws of Power. Laws that can either protect you or be used against you. And remember, this isn't about morality. It's about reality. Let's begin. These first laws set the stage for understanding power, how it works, how it's gained, and how it's lost. Master these, and you'll already be ahead of most people. Law 1. Never outshine the master. The fastest way to make enemies is to outshine those above you. If your boss, superior, or leader feels threatened by you, they'll destroy you before you ever become a real threat. Example: Nicolas Fouquet, the finance minister of France, was wealthy, intelligent, and powerful. But when he threw an extravagant party to impress King Louis XIV, the king saw it as a challenge to his rule. Days later, Fouquet was arrested and spent the rest of his life in prison. Lesson: make your masters feel secure, not threatened. If you're skilled, let them take credit for your ideas. That way, you rise without resistance. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn to use enemies. Friends can betray you out of jealousy, but enemies have more to prove. Historical example: the infamous Otto von Bismarck built the German Empire by bringing former enemies into his circle while discarding old allies who had become liabilities. Strategy: use enemies for their loyalty. They have more to gain. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. People fear what they don't understand. Never reveal your true plans. If people know what you're aiming for, they can block or sabotage you. Instead, mislead, distract, or stay unpredictable. That way, by the time they figure you out, it's already too late. Example: Julius Caesar acted humble and avoided looking ambitious until he had full power. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. The more you talk, the more you reveal. The more you reveal, the more power you lose. Powerful people speak less and listen more. Example: Stoic leaders like Marcus Aurelius and modern billionaires like Jeff Bezos mastered the power of silence. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Once it's ruined, you lose power, respect, and influence. And in today's world, a single mistake can destroy you instantly. Example: Napoleon knew that his reputation as an unstoppable general was enough to win battles before they even started. His enemies feared him, and that fear made them weak. Lesson: destroy your enemies' reputations before they destroy yours. Spread doubt, plant rumors, and always control the narrative. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. You can be hated, feared, or loved, but never ignored. Example: modern celebrities and politicians deliberately create controversy to stay in the spotlight. Being talked about is power. Even bad press keeps you relevant. Strategy: do something that makes people notice you, even if it means breaking the rules. Obscurity is worse than failure. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you. but always take the credit. The most powerful people use others to do the hard work, while they take the rewards. Example: Thomas Edison built his name as the greatest inventor by using other people's ideas and marketing them as his own. Tactic: be the face of success, not the worker behind it. Delegate, outsource, and let others break their backs for your vision. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. The person who chases is always at a disadvantage. True power means making people come to you on your terms. Example: during war, generals never chase the enemy. They set traps and wait for them to fall into it. In business, Amazon doesn't chase customers. It creates an environment where customers come to them. Strategy: make people think they're in control, when in reality, they're playing into your hands. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Words rarely change minds. Actions do. Example: when Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he didn't argue about how to fix the company. He proved it by creating the iMac, iPod, and iPhone. Lesson: don't waste energy trying to convince people. Show them why you're right. Law 10. Avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. Misery is contagious. If you surround yourself with losers, you'll become one. Example: look at successful people. They cut off toxic, negative, and weak-minded individuals to protect their momentum. Tactic: identify people who drain your energy and distance yourself before they drag you down. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. If people need you, they can never betray you. Make yourself indispensable, and no one can afford to get rid of you. In corporate power struggles, executives build alliances by ensuring their teams can't function without them. A king stays on the throne by making his subjects believe they can't survive without his rule. Make others rely on you, and you control their fate. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. A well-placed act of kindness can make people drop their guard. Con artists use this trick all the time, offering small favors before making their real move. A businessman might give away free advice before pitching an expensive service. A leader might pretend to listen to his enemies before taking them down. Use honesty strategically to make people trust you before you strike. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy. People don't care about your struggles. They care about what's in it for them. Julius Caesar didn't beg his soldiers to fight for him. He promised them wealth and glory. If you want someone's help, show them how they will benefit. Forget morality. People are driven by self-interest. Law 14. Pose as a friend. Work as a spy. The most dangerous enemies are the ones who act like allies. Machiavelli advised rulers to constantly gather intelligence by pretending to befriend their rivals. Modern companies spy on competitors under the guise of partnerships. The more you know about others, the easier it is to control them. Law 15. Crush your enemy. Totally a wounded enemy will always seek revenge. If you strike, make sure they can never rise again. After Julius Caesar defeated Pompey, he eliminated every possible threat to his rule. In business, Apple crushed smaller competitors by acquiring their best technology. If you want to be truly powerful, leave no room for your enemies to recover. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. If you're always available, people take you for granted. Powerful people create mystery by making themselves scarce. Think of celebrities who disappear at their peak, only to return with even more influence. Make people miss you, and your value will increase. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. If people can predict your moves, they can control you. Be unpredictable. Napoleon would suddenly change battle tactics to confuse his enemies. CEOs make unexpected decisions to keep their competitors guessing. Keep people on edge. They'll be too afraid to challenge you. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation, its dangerous power, comes from influence, not from hiding behind walls. Dictators who retreat into isolation often lose touch with reality and make fatal mistakes. The more you isolate yourself, the more vulnerable you become. Stay engaged, gather intelligence, and maintain control over your environment. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. T-word, do not offend the wrong person. Not everyone reacts the same way to manipulation. Some will seek revenge at any cost. History is filled with leaders who underestimated their enemies and paid the price. Before making a move, assess whether your opponent is prideful, vengeful, or ruthless. A single miscalculation can cost you everything. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. The moment you pick a side, you become a target. Powerful people keep others guessing. Napoleon played European nations against each other, never fully committing to one ally. In business, companies maintain strategic ambiguity to keep competitors and investors off balance. Stay neutral, and you'll have leverage over both sides. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Let others underestimate you. It makes them careless. Warren Buffett plays the humble old man, while in reality, he's one of the sharpest investors alive. Political leaders act clueless to mask their true intentions. The more you appear harmless, the more people will let their guard down, until it's too late. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Sometimes, retreating is the strongest move you can make. When Genghis Khan faced resistance, he would fake a retreat, luring his enemies into a trap. In life, appearing weak or conceding temporarily can give you the advantage when your opponents become overconfident. Losing a battle strategically can help you win the war. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Scattered energy leads to scattered results. Great empires, businesses, and leaders focus their resources on one major goal at a time. Instead of chasing every opportunity, find your strongest advantage and exploit it relentlessly. Whether in war, wealth, or influence, concentration wins. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier master. The game of power by understanding how to navigate social hierarchies. Throughout history, advisors and courtiers controlled empires from behind the scenes. They flattered, manipulated, and maneuvered through royal courts with precision. In the modern world, office politics work the same way. Those who master diplomacy rise to the top without anyone realizing how they got there. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Never let others define who you are. Shape your own image. Powerful figures throughout history have crafted personas to influence perception. Napoleon played the role of a military genius. Steve Jobs presented himself as a visionary. Your identity is your greatest tool. Design it carefully, and the world will follow your lead. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Never let the blame fall on you. Use scapegoats to absorb the damage. History remembers leaders who avoided scandal, not those who got caught. The best manipulators ensure someone else takes the fall when things go wrong. Let others execute the dirty work while you remain untarnished. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. People crave belief. Use it to gain power. From religious leaders to politicians, Those who inspire unwavering loyalty can control entire populations. Charismatic figures create simple, yet powerful ideologies that captivate followers. The secret is not logic, but emotion. Offer hope, certainty, and purpose, and people will dedicate themselves to your cause. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Hesitation is weakness. Decisiveness wins. In battle, business, and politics, the boldest move is often the most effective. People are drawn to confidence and authority. When you act with certainty, others will assume you know what you're doing, even if you don't. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Only fools act without considering the long-term consequences. Many have risen to power only to fall due to short-term thinking. Successful rulers, military strategists, and business moguls always anticipate every possible outcome before making a move. If you don't control the ending, someone else will. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Struggle is weakness. Conceal how hard you work. People admire success, but despise desperation. The most powerful figures make their victories look effortless, hiding the long hours and failures behind the scenes. Maintain an aura of natural talent, and others will believe you were destined for greatness. Law 31. Control the options. People like to believe they have free will. Manipulate them by limiting their choices. Powerful leaders never force decisions. They create scenarios where every option benefits them. In business, politics, and war, offering controlled choices makes people feel in control while ensuring you remain in command. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. Reality is harsh. People crave illusions. Those in power understand that people prefer comforting lies over hard truths. History's most successful rulers and influencers have sold dreams, whether through religion, propaganda, or marketing. Give people something to believe in, and they will follow you. Law 33. Discover each man's weak spot. Everyone has a vulnerability. Find it and exploit it. People's desires, fears, and insecurities are the keys to controlling them. The best manipulators study their targets carefully, identifying weaknesses that can be used for leverage. Once you understand what someone truly wants or dreads, they become predictable and controllable. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Respect is commanded, not requested. People treat you based on how you carry yourself. If you act like you belong at the top, others will follow suit. Napoleon, though of humble origins, demanded respect by projecting authority. Never let yourself appear ordinary. Carry yourself as if you are destined for greatness. Law 35. Master the art of timing. The impatient act too soon. The hesitant act too late. Powerful individuals know when to strike. Whether in politics, war, or business, understanding the right moment to act determines success or failure. The best manipulators wait patiently, sensing shifts in power before making their move. Law 36. Disdain. Things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Obsession is weakness. Disregard what you can't control. The more you react to an insult, a slight, or a lost opportunity, the more power you give it. True strength lies in indifference. The greatest rulers and tacticians never let their emotions dictate their actions. Learn to move on, and you remain untouchable. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Make your actions so grand that people can't ignore them. People are attracted to what they can see, and visual displays of power capture their imagination. The best leaders know how to put on a show, using grand gestures to inspire awe and solidify their dominance. Spectacles aren't just for entertainment. They're a powerful tool for manipulations and control. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Conform when necessary, but always think differently. To survive and thrive in a world full of competition, blending in when necessary is crucial. Successful manipulators know when to disguise their true intentions. This law is about playing the game while keeping your true thoughts and strategies hidden, always one step ahead of the rest. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Disrupt the status quo to seize control. When everything is calm, it's easy for others to focus and strategize. But when chaos reigns, people make mistakes. By shaking things up and creating uncertainty, you can weaken your enemies and seize the opportunity. Mastering this tactic requires confidence in your ability to control the storm once it's started. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. What's offered for free is never truly free. Always value the things you've earned through effort. Accepting something for free often comes with hidden costs, whether it's loyalty, control, or influence. The best manipulators avoid dependence on others' generosity and seek to maintain power by remaining independent and self-sufficient. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Don't try to imitate those who came before you. Create your own path. While it may seem wise to follow in the footsteps of a successful predecessor, doing so invites comparisons and failure. Instead, carve your own way. Establish a reputation based on your unique contributions. The best leaders define themselves by their own actions, not by the legacies of others. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Cut off the leader to dismantle the entire group. When dealing with an adversary, it's often best to target the leader. Once you remove the head, the followers lose their direction. This principle has been proven in battles, politics, and even business. If you want to destabilize a system, don't waste time with the minions. Strike at the core of the hierarchy. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. To control others, you must first control their emotions. The mind is where influence begins, but the heart is where power is secured. Great manipulators understand how to make people feel deeply connected to their cause or agenda. Whether it's through appealing to fear, desire, or loyalty, mastering emotional influence gives you the power to bend others to your will. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Mirror your enemy's actions to disarm and confuse them. People reveal their intentions through their actions. When you mirror their behavior, you not only confuse them, but also disarm their ability to anticipate your next move. This psychological tactic forces your enemies into a state of uncertainty, unable to distinguish between friend and foe. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform. Too much don't at once. Change must come gradually to be accepted. When introducing change, it's crucial to present it as a necessity, but not overwhelm people. Too much change too quickly will result in resistance. Successful manipulators understand the power of incremental reform, carefully planting seeds of transformation that will grow over time, allowing you to solidify control without triggering a backlash. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Let others feel you have weaknesses to exploit. The appearance of perfection invites envy and resentment. By showing some flaws, you allow others to feel that you are human and relatable, which can disarm their hostility. Leaders who never show weaknesses create enemies. Leaders who are slightly imperfect gain sympathy and support. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Know when to consolidate your gains. Ambition is a double-edged sword. While it's important to pursue success, knowing when to stop and consolidate your power is equally important. Overreaching after a victory can lead to unnecessary risk and potential downfall. The greatest leaders know when to push forward and when to sit back and solidify their position. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Adapt to changing circumstances and remain unpredictable. Rigid structures are easily toppled. The most successful manipulators maintain flexibility, shifting their approach as circumstances evolve. By staying unpredictable and adaptable, you keep your enemies guessing and prevent anyone from anticipating your next move. In a world of uncertainty, formlessness is your greatest strength. And there you have it, the 48 laws of power, broken down and explained. These laws are the key to mastering influence, control, and achieving success in any arena of life. But remember, power is not just about manipulation. It's about understanding human nature, using strategy, and knowing when to act. If you've absorbed these principles, you're already on your way to becoming a master of your own destiny. But don't stop here. Keep learning, keep growing, and most importantly, keep applying these laws in your life. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe to Real Stoics for more content on how to master your mind, your life, and your relationships. Until next time, remember, power is a mindset, not a possession. Subscribe to Real Stoics for more insights into mastering life's greatest strategies.